My sons, attack the gates.
Do you know what? It would actually help if I turned on my microphone, wouldn't it? Hello, how are we doing? I unmuted it and then remembered that my mixing desk wasn't turned on. How are we doing? It's me, my voice. I think that probably sets the tone for the rest of the stream. Low energy today. How are we doing? Hello Emily, hello Try, and Miss, and Weird, and Crow. Are we all well? You're dead but Elu. Similar response. Yeah. I was looking through the sketches we did last time, the drawings that we did on the last stream of this, and we did 4. Probably going to be equal today. You're dead too? Yay, all dead. Apart from Weird. Weird's not dead. If your notification actually shut up for a few seconds, you could type, that would be great. Notification? Hello, Jibby. Hello. Music, as ever, is courtesy of the wonderful Adrian von Ziegler. I really should just put a link to, like, their Bandcamp or something on my, under the stream. I tend to use their music quite a lot in the background of these things. Hockey hurts right now, save you parsnip, you're the only... Alas, I cannot mend hockey. Hockey is a sphere of influence of which I have no understanding. So... It's like your whole jam is linking to me, yes. I noted that that's your YouTube channel. Do distract. I can attempt to do that, because I certainly probably won't. Probably. Yeah, that's the eloquence level that we're at today. I can't imagine I'd be making any direct references to hockey, given that I don't know anything about it. So we're fine. Saved by being good, which you always are. I mean, I try. We'll see. I can do good. We'll see if we can do well. Right, so where were we? Last time... Welcome, by the way, to... What's this? I literally just titled this 12? Stream 12 of The Adventures of Pal. Technically the 13th, because there was a character creation. Yeah. And... a lot's happened over the course of the last 11 streams. In particular, we found a dead dwarf who said that we should save the dwarves by bringing them together with the hammer of Gillibrand, which has a bronze head and a obsidian handle, both engraved with the letter G. Apparently, it was found by 2 goblins in the woods, in the forest of Doom, split apart, and we have to find the individual pieces. We have found the handle at this point, which is very marvelous, by releasing a goblin from a wicker basket as being held as a pet by a cave troll or whatever it was. So yeah, Gillibutt. What? So yeah, we found that. We're still looking for the head of the hammer, and yeah, we were told by a gnome that they saw a goblin going into a crypt. That's the only lead we have at the moment. So that's a thing. Last time, let's switch over to things, because I can do that. Here we are. Last time, what did we do? We distracted a were-dog by throwing one of our sole remaining arrow, which has a wooden tip, as you can see. Where is a crypt? Is it that stupid place with the keyhole? I don't know. I just mapped out all the pages. So yeah, we distracted a were-dog because we left off fighting it on the stream beforehand. We then hid in the waterfall, hopefully until day came. Unfortunately, we were woken up just before dawn by the sounds of Merson. I'm such a DM. Look, I'm whatever. I'm bad at these things. It's fine. Merkin, not a merkin. That's what the stalagmites are for. And we defeated them because it was either fight them or face the werewolf. And you cut up its poison glands and took them with you. I seem to remember that was a thing. You also got a couple of provisions out of it, the bits that weren't poisonous. Did not think you would know what it was. Look, I am aware of unusual facts. I'm trying. I think next time we do one of these, I'm gonna sort of properly sit down and understand the whole game and not have to keep referring to the book and then just kind of improvise around it. So we've got the same sort of, you know, general plot, but I don't have to be quite so rigid with everything, and I can be a bit more fluid, which we're trying to, because this whole encounter with the fish person and the werewolf, that's not in the book. They're separate places, but because we went a different way, we kind of managed to merge the two of them together and come up with a nice scenario. Anyway, we eventually left the waterfall, continued south, and we found a mud hut to the west of the path. West. I got it correct that time. Google it. I'm surprised you don't know, actually, Mist. I thought that's something you might, given your theatrical background, I suppose. Yeah, anyway. We found a mud hut to the west of the path. Where precisely it would be around here. Over a hut. So this was where the dead fish person was, in the bottom of the waterfall. We came out and there was a northeast, southwest crossroads. We went west and found a hut. Inside the hut was this fellow, who is supposed to be strong, but I'm bad at drawing, so it's fine. What a theatre's normal outfit the cast would, but look, some plays are weird, okay? What was that? Was it Equus? Something like that? Anyway. What was I saying? We found this hut. And we looked through the window, and there was a strong-looking person at a table, flexing their muscles and such. I believe, let's read the thing we had. Yes, ahead you see that the path ends at the door of a large hut made of dried mud. It has a domed roof and a single window. You peer through the window and see a large man with dark skin sitting at the table in the middle of the hut. He is bare-chested and flexing the muscles of his arms. You must now decide what you want to do, because you found a hut. There we go. Buffwell. Indeed, you can call them whatever you desire. I suppose I don't have to draw anything, because I've already drawn this. Yeah. You're at the hut. What? What to do? What done do? It's Chibi's favourite catchphrase, apart from hello, 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 is I haven't drawn anything today. You're assuming there's no glass in this window. Sure. I suppose it kind of doesn't make sense. Crispy bingo, yeah. I'm sure you can come up with the middle free space is That's a given. Technical difficulties. Saying ow in a game, even though you're not actually being hurt. There's music playing. Music should be playing in the background. It's very quiet if it is. Oh, it is there. Good. Cool. It's just popping in and out of its own desire. Chris, what? Who? Everyone does that, saying ow in a game. I did one of the original emote designs I made was like a Rufus, my little character who I use as my avatar. Him with like a black eye and a bleeding nose with the word ow underneath it, because I was playing Dark Souls 3 at the time and there was a lot of saying ow. Unfortunately it was rejected because apparently you couldn't read the word clearly. So I still have that somewhere. I haven't drawn anything. Hello, hello. Yeah, pretty much. Sudden silence as Chris tries to comprehend chat. Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. Yeah, I forgot about it. I wouldn't want to upload something that wasn't specifically designed to be an emote, because it's difficult to make a 50 by 50 image look clear. So I'd have to redo it again. Ditto. Oh, sorry. The ditto command is just !ditto. It's not vote ditto. So that should... There we go. It's changed to whatever the previous one was. Which was ditto, actually. You've changed your vote to ditto, which was the previous vote. I like that. Well, you can't ditto because the previous vote was your own, so you've just... Now everyone's going to be ditto now. For those of you who don't know, I've instituted a new command, which is ! Ditto, which basically votes for whatever the last worded vote was. Unfortunately, the last worded vote in this instance was ditto. No. I forgot about that feature. Thank you for reminding me. So far we've got 3 for ditto, 1 for smooch Buffwell, and 1 for try to hoist self up to into window, without attracting attention to self, and look at what's in the hut. And 1 for look for Merkin. There is a door. The hut has a door. I should point that out. But you're welcome to clamber through the window if you so desire. I'll wait for the ditto to disappear for whatever that's going to be. So yeah. So that Chibi will kick it down. Yes, but unfortunately, or possibly fortunately, Chibi's voice within Pal's head is only one of a large number of voices, and as a consequence might not necessarily be overpowering. Try to hoist self up into window without attracting attention to self, and look what's in that. So this is the problem. You've got to be quick with the ditto, otherwise someone else is going to vote and get in there first. And then you're going to ditto their vote, and that's not what you wanted. We're still at Caldwell. We haven't done anything yet. Don't let this Caldwell figure lull you into a full sense of security. I'm sure this muscle man will punch us. Well, oh no, Emily. It's happened again. Oops, you're sleepy. That's fine. No, Crow. Oh dear, you're making a mockery of my system. What's happening? What's the vote for? The vote's, you found this mud hut, there's a strong guy in it, what do you want to do? That's what it is. Sorry, I've got a weird voice today, so... And I instigated a ! Ditto command, which votes for the previous worded vote. But unfortunately people are getting confused and typing ! Vote ditto, which just votes for the word ditto. Ooh, the music's very action-packed for us just standing outside a window, getting very confused. Pal's just out here just thinking the word ditto for some reason. Hey, that you know what it is now. And Merkin. You're looking for a Merkin. So, okay, so we have 2 votes for try and hoist self up into window without attracting attention to self and look at what's in the hut. 1 for kick something, 1 for look for Merkin, and 1 for kick in door. Well, there's technically 2 for kick, but one of them doesn't specify door, while the other one has full votes. We have a gif of the ditto. There's a cute little friend flopping it. That's how I feel today. That's me. Hey Chris, shush but don't shush but help. Sleep. Oh. Well, by the sounds of it, my voice tends to put you to sleep anyway, so... Yeah, have a good one. Hopefully it's restful. Crow, please! More dittos! Chibi, you're just throwing the dittos around. Oh, I turned into a Mew. Oh. Swoosh, floop, back to ditto. Nice, I like that gif, that's good. Okay, so generally speaking, try to hoist self up. I second hoisting, but I'm not writing all of that out. Okay, we have... Yeah, we're going to hoist in window. Roll 2d6. Well, I'll go with your first roll. Pal climbs up into the window, and successfully manages to get their way into the building without attracting the attention of the strongman, enamoured by their muscles as they are. You look around and you see some, basic items of living, some chairs, tables, books, pots of food, and a chest in the far corner. The man is at the table, buffly stretching their muscles. Pal did a good sneak. Yes. Look at all these gifts. So yeah, you're inside. What do you want to do? What do you want to do now you're inside? And the man did not notice you. Now this is the first thing I've drawn today. Also, me getting engrossed in trying to create something, some sort of drawing, and as a consequence, ignoring chat. Put that on the bingo card as well. Also, if you want a challenge on the bingo card, put doesn't know what to do, and as a consequence, puts fantasy creature in suit. That happens. So, how are we all doing? Are we all having a good time today? Apart from being dead and or sleepy. That seems to be a recurring theme. Just finished your drawing of Dagesh's sister. Cool. Sense of scale. Your hockey team is imploding right before the start of the season. Oh dear. Well, at least it's before the start, rather than at the actual start. Not ideal after a 4-month break. I mean, it's just getting warmed up, I assume. Did I say that the chest was in the corner of the room? Because I also said that this was a round hut. So, but I get the idea. The chest on his torso. It's some kind of chest. There's a there's a random box here for purposes. It's a crate. You can see it's empty. There's nothing in it. It's fine. Right. The temptation to write exclamation mark ditto is unreal. Look, it's... yeah. Corner is made up furniture placement. Yeah, there could be a nook within furniture. That is a thing. There are 2 chests, one of which is made of flesh, the other of which is not. I hope. It's less self-love at that point and more obsession, but then again, there's not an awful lot of entertainment around in the Forest of Doom. Cut open the flesh chest. Well, that's an option. Wouldn't have taken Pal as being somebody who would invade somebody's home uninvited and then cut open their chest, but there we are. Miss, what's going on? Try hacked your account. We have 4 votes for sneak over to chest in corner and try and open it, and 1 for group chest. Oh, hello, auto-saving. Right, roll 2d6 again. Pal sneaks over to the chest in the corner, seeing as it's the only thing with any kind of value, intimidated by the muscly person, and attempts to open the chest in search of something interesting. The chest, however, has extremely old hinges and squeaks louder than anything. You can hear birds flying off in the distance at just how screechy the sound of these chest hinges are. Unsurprisingly, this provokes the attention of the muscly man, who turns around and goes, "What are you doing here? In my house, most people use a front door. Come on," and then grabs Pal by the scruff of the neck, drags him up to the face and goes, "You better have a good reason to be here." What's your good reason? It's Plamos. It's Plams. Hello, Plams. How you doing? I can't spell. There we go. I don't know why I gave him a West Country accent, but here we are. Oh yeah, I'm Buff Caldwell. I seem to remember in the book he's got a deep voice, but this is his voice now. It's kind of deep, I suppose. It's bordering on pirate. But I ain't no pirate, I'm a muscle man. It's Oobs. Hello, Oobs. How you doing? You was 100% playing Minecraft and forgot the time. Well, yes, we need to set up a server, don't we? At some point, somehow. Not sure how. But yeah, did you have a fun Minecraft time? A lot of people are playing Minecraft now. I think it's because of the bees. Terraria versus Minecraft. There is a mod you can get for Minecraft which makes everything, I think, makes the whole world 2 blocks thick and sets the camera to be sort of orthographic, so it's kind of like Terraria. Terraria is fun. I like Terraria. I think I've sort of, I don't know, played enough of it, but I think they've also added enough that I could probably go back. Maybe mod it or something like that. Found a neat spot for your house. Cool. You know, all you do is set your houses on fire. Not if my house is made of stone. They've added a lot and mods are awesome and there's a huge update coming. Ooh, interesting. See, I thought they'd stop sort of working on it once Starbound was being developed. Which I haven't played, because it was basically randomly generated Terraria, which was also kind of randomly generated. I'm sure they've added bombs by now. Well, to Terraria, there've been bombs in that for ages. Right, what's going on? We have 2 votes for Smooch. 1 for Tell About the Dwarven Hammer. Don't tell... things are changing again. 1 for Tell About the Dwarven Hammer. Don't tell about almost taking his stuff. 1 for Smooch Him. 1 for Lie, I'm lost and alone and hungry and sorry, I'm just desperate for a warm fire and some food. Or a warm food and some fire. Either works. 1 for Tell About Dwarven Hammer and ask where he keeps his cider. Point out that we noticed that the house was on fire, and we showed up to put it out. And 1 for Release the Bees. Smooch has also just popped in at the bottom. So I suppose in terms of a consensus, Pal smooches the guy. Just very quick smooch in the face, given that he pulled him close to the face. And the man laughs, finds it quite funny. Ha! You're a cheeky one, you are. And then puts you down and says, right, what are you doing here? What are you doing in my house? And why didn't you use the front door? And Pal explains that, okay, look, I'm looking for this hammer. The dwarves are in trouble. I found the handle. I need to find the head. You know, you're a strong person. You could probably carry around this, you know, big lump of copper or whatever it was. You know, I was just wondering whether you find it, and you intimidated me, and I didn't want to sort of get in your way. And he goes, "Oh, that's all right. I mean, I'm a strong person, but I'm competitive. I'm not aggressive. Tell you what, I don't have no hammerhead, but I can give you a wager. I see. I'm known around these parts for being a champion arm wrestler. Do you wanna have a good arm wrestle in exchange for some goods?" There you go. There's the thing. I should be looking up the pages of this book because there is dialogue for this, but here we are. I'm just making it up. What is happening? We found a jolly purse. Bees. That's a good first vote. I like that. What's happening? We broke into somebody's house. The person has a sense of humour, but he's a strong person who's known for enjoying a good arm wrestle. He likes to show off his strength. And he says he can't help us out, but he can, you know, wager some things in exchange for a good arm wrestle. Let me give you details of the wager while I desperately flick through this book trying to find it all. He says, in addendum, while Pal is standing there just sort of thinking about it, for some reason it tells you quite late into the process exactly what the wager is, but I will give it to you up front because I'm nice like that. He says, right, I've got this stuff that I found called Dust of Levitation. I don't really need it or know what it is, but it sounds valuable, so I'll wager I can beat you in an arm wrestle. I'll give you Dust of Levitation if you win, and if I win, you give me something worth like 10 gold. How about that? There you go, there's the wager. The bees broke the vote. Oh no, you broke my thing. My bot is dead. You have killed my bot. I need to restart the bot. The bees broke it. Bug report. Or insect report. There we go. What happened? The bees broke it. Technical difficulties. It's fine. So yeah, I mean, the bees didn't break it because the inventory command worked. So I think the last thing that came up was vote grope chest, so it might have been grope chest that broke it. But that just went through fine, so. No more bees of that quantity. Yes, the bees crashed it. The bot unhinged its robotic jaws and bees came out. And everything broke. Less bees. Fewer bees. If bees crash. Yes, well, it depends on the programming language. You don't necessarily need a semicolon. Also, depending on the programming language, you don't necessarily need the curly braces. If that's the end of the command in the condition. Anyway, I need to find pages and stuff. It seems like we have 3 votes for arm wrestling. Oh god, I'm gonna have to draw an arm wrestle now, aren't I? Offered to wrestle our entire body versus his arm because of the size difference. I like that idea. That'd be fun. Because you are quite small in comparison. Yeah. I'll work it out. Everyone will have mittens and it'll be fine. Emily, no coercing the votes. I mean, in Ruby, you can just say, crash if bees. Oh, that's cheating. There's too much interpretation. Kiro is the party whip. But for smooching. Literally just joined the stream, give you a sec. That's fine, take your time. We've just invaded the home of an enthusiastic arm wrestler. Give you a smack. If bees, then smack. What programming language had then? Then annoyed me. Okay, so we have 2 for arm wrestle and 2 for offer to wrestle our entire body versus his arm because of the size difference. Pal says that they'll attempt an arm wrestle, but does remark on the difference in size. Roll 2d6 again. We're doing a lot of rolling today, as we can see by the illustration. Need to get coffee, nothing loot till you get back. I mean, there's no guarantees for that. Okay, the man says, nonsense, I've arm wrestled people smaller than you and they've been just as strong as me. You can do it. Sit down at the table, stick your arm up, let's go. So yeah, he says, the wager's on. The arm wrestle begins, and I now need to work out what the mechanics are for doing this. I think I know what they are, but I better check. Okay, lots of switching backwards and forwards. This is why planning these things ahead would be great. Then is a valid keyword in Ruby, you just never use it. I have a kind of soft spot for languages that have sort of unnecessary but helpfully explanatory functionality that you can just ignore if you know the concise way of doing it, but for people learning, it sort of makes sense to have an if and then a then, you know? Right, where are we? We are... Yes, Buffwell explains that they will wager some dusted levitation against item or coins to the value of 10 gold pieces. Pal sits down at the table opposite and puts their elbow on the table and locks hands with Mr. Buffwell, who hasn't told you their name, but you presume is Buffwell. His grip is like an iron vice, and his dark eyes look confident. His biceps bulge, and he gives the signal for the contest to begin. More rolling will occur. Definitely Buffwell, absolutely. Roll 2d6. It's a ternary with extra steps. Yeah. Smooch if bees, then be, else man end. Okay, what are we doing? We are... Okay, so with great effort, you manage to push the arm down slightly, but he's an extremely strong person, so you don't manage to get it all the way down. You push further and further and further. The man looks extremely surprised that you're getting this far. It's close to the table now. One more roll. One more 2d6. Pal, inexplicably, has been carrying around an awful lot of equipment at this point and has seemingly increased their arm strength. This all despite the fact that 2 days ago they were shot in the shoulder. Both shoulders. And with an extraordinary loud slam, as if to rival the squeaking of the hinges before, more birds flutter off in the distance. Pal manages somehow to get the arm smack down on the table and wins the competition. The 34 doesn't mean anything at the moment. Congratulations, well done. Those, by the way, you were rolling against your skill there. So they were all under or equal to your skill. So well done. Pal learned from plants. Be strong! Yeah. Exclamation mark. Don't put code in my... Is that going to break the thing? Probably not. I'm just storing these things as a string. Vote bees.each do b.smooch. I don't understand that language. Anyway, 3 for the... Let's move on. Let's see what happens. Caldwell shakes Buffwell, sorry. Don't know where that name came from. Buffwell shakes their head in disbelief. And they stand up and walk silently to the wooden chest at the back of the room. They lift the lid with a great squeak and pull out a small glass vial and hand it to you, forlornly sitting back at the table. Defeated, saying nothing. Thoroughly dejected, as it says in the book. The dust in the vial sparkles in the light and you put it in your backpack. So what was it? Dust of levitation. Let's add that. Boom, that should come up as an error message. Or an error image. There it is. Buff not so well, yeah. Less. Did I mention one of his arms was significantly smaller than the other? This is a trait of the character in the book and nothing to do with my art. Also, I somehow managed to avoid actually drawing the arm wrestle. It happened so fast. Take a swig of a drink. What have we got? A vote for Pop a Squat to unhinge jaw, release bees. There is an additional step to this process now. 1 for console him a little, then leave. 1 for gift him with the fluffy slippers to cheer him up. 1 for tweak nipple, as it happens. 1 for cheer up Buffwell with some dooting, which is now changed. To ask Buffwell to adventure with Pal and help find the hammerhead. And what? And 1 for Papa Squat, Unchin Jaw, and Leasebees. Which is the weirdest start to an email I've ever seen. Okay, so we seem to be going down the asking to travel. So Pal sort of walks up to the forlorn Buffwell sitting at the table and says, "Look, I'm looking for this hammer. I could do with a bit of help, maybe. Do you want to? I mean, you're a strong person. Like, I probably just got lucky. Do you want to come with me and sort of help?" And the guy goes, "No, that's all right. I just do this for fun. I've got places to be. I go to the city and do work. This is just, I just live here and challenge anyone who comes past. It's just a bit of fun, but no, I'm not the adventuring type, I'm afraid. Thank you anyway." So you're up with dooting? Look, voting system is the voting system. Oh, that's not how you spell the thing. That's supposed to be a question mark. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, I didn't draw any of the stuff, any of the accoutrement that Pal. The bag got caught in the window. Use a level 9 spell slot to mind control Buffwell into being our adventuring partner, bracket slave. Wrong game, probably. Didn't draw any of the accoutrement. Miss Sweat's been profusely not drawing the bag for the past 2 weeks. Look, it's fine. I'm sure Pal has the sense to put down the bag before attempting to fight a werewolf or a fish person. Like... Let me break my game. I mean, you can try. I will have to say no, because that's not how the game works, I'm afraid. But there we are. So we have 1 for doot, you sad fuck, smart, time to smile. 1 for cheer up with dooting. That seems to be the way we're going. 1 for use a level 9 spell slot to mind control Buffwell into being our adventuring partner, bracket slave, as is annulled, not part of the game. 1 for gift him the slippers and a song Ribbit can ride on our head. 1 for console him with music. And 1 for sad fuck. Well then, if we had 9th level magic, we could go back and explode the deck who took our stuff and threatened to petrify us. Probably, yeah. Okay, so Pal takes out their recorder in the hopes of sort of cheering the person up. And does some dooting. Just a little bit of simple song. Little sort of, nothing too sort of cheerful, but just something energetic and nice. And it makes Buffwell feel a bit better. Sort of realise that, it's not all bad. There are plenty of other people to beat out there. They lost against a hardy adventurer who has seen an awful lot of things and been through an awful lot of things in the Forest of Doom. Who's managed to defeat fishmen and gremlins and get away from dragons and all these sorts of things. Maybe it's not the worst thing to have lost to somebody like that. So he feels a little bit better. Still a bit downhearted that they lost, but, that happens when you're egotistical. So yeah, they feel a bit better. They thank you for the attempting to cheer them up, and they wish you well. Isn't 9th level magic like world-changing stuff? Not a clue. So yeah, you do a bit of duting. It cheers Buffwell up a little bit. And he bids you a good time. And boom, here we are. Here's the map. Thank you for the panda. Please, who, what, wait, where? Draw him like one of your French girls before we go. Cool. It's not canon. So we're here. We're in this sort of corner of the map. Recycled jokes, hooray. Oh, Buffwell. Oh, I see. Moving on. Oops, sorry. Got to correct the mistake there. It's fine. You need a sexy Forest of Doom calendar. I mean, if you want to work on that. Yeah, so we were at Crossroads. This path ended to the west in this hut. It didn't go anywhere else. We've just got more impenetrable forest beyond it. I am drawing on the right layer. Good, good, good. We have the way south, we have the way west, or we have somewhere else we can go. We can go back up and join up with these crop circles there and go past the bats and the eels. Or we can explore this corner a little bit more. Can you get an agenda arsonist calendar? I mean, sure. Vote Sith, oh no. Vote Awadun Sooth we go. We goo. I don't know. Vote start a GoFundMe for Sexy Forest Creature Calendar 2020. I mean, surely this is like Weird's area, no? This is not my kind of thing. You gotta go to work in a hot second. Elu 2 Plamps. Good luck getting the bus or whatever it is you're doing to go get to work. And have fun at work. Have a good day. Or is it you remind me of Catwoman? Yes, I wouldn't exactly say... Where is it? There. I wouldn't exactly look at this and say, yes, we're putting this in a sexy calendar. Like... Existential nihilism tends not to be sexy. Right, so it seems people want to go Sooth, or South, or Sith, or Sooth. And have a sexy forest creature calendar. You can airbrush her nihilism out. There's something poetic about that. There's something representative of modern culture anyway. Okay. I need to look at the map I made, because south is not a thing you can do in this book. Only by virtue of me being the person I am and such. Okay, so you continue down south. You descend. Let's get rid of that so I can see chat. Hey, how you doing? I have too much power. I doubt that. So Pal descends from the hills and down into the valleys, towards the thick forest of the entrance, that they consider the entrance of the Forest of Doom, down south. Before long, they're walking amongst the very tall blades of grass that they've walked through 4 or 5 times at this point. Because everything in this forest happens in strips, horizontal strips for some reason. And the waist-high grass sways gently in the breeze. All is peaceful. You're enjoying your walk, when suddenly the silence is broken by the sound of squealing and grunting to the left of the path. All in all you can see is a path being made through the grass by an unseen beast moving quickly towards you. There's a beastie! I say waist-high grass. Obviously, we're a goblin, so it's a bit taller than that. You see what the ditto stuff is now? Yeah, ditto is, yeah. If you type exclamation mark ditto, you vote for whatever the last voted thing was. The last vote with the words. So yeah. You joined late, you didn't know? That's fine, that's fine. I forgot about it until Crow tried to do it and failed. And then it all got very confusing because people were dittoing votes that just said ditto. And it's, yeah. It's fine, don't worry about it. Right, we have, what do we have for this relatively simple tableau? Prepare for action. Prepare for action. Take out sword and attack if beastie is violent. One for bestiality, that was Emily. And then one for another candidate for the Sexy Doom calendar. And I can bet I know who that was. We got some cute gifs out of it. Yes, we had lots of cute chibi. Sorry, ditto gifs. I will never say any of those words, gif or gif, in any proportion greater than the other. Cool, so you take out your sword. Prepared for action. Where are we? Yes, you draw your sword in readiness of the thing that is charging towards you. A few yards ahead, you jump up a little bit to see over the top of the grass. And you see a large brown pig-like creature bursting through the grass. And it jumps out onto the path, which is definitely here that I definitely drew. It sort of goes that way. There's a path, it's fine. And the pig jumps out onto the path and halts there. It has two long tusks protruding from its short, stubby snout. Steam rises into the air from its sweating body. Its small eyes look at you before it puts its head down to charge at you. You must fight the wild boar. The boar? Well, you don't have to fight it. You can do something else. Probably can't outrun it. Wild boar! I now have to draw a wild boar. Start with the nose. It's the best place to start with any animal. I should probably look up a reference at some point. It's got sort of tusks and stuff, isn't it? They probably go forwards. Who even knows? This one has a bit of a chin. Goatee. It had small eyes, apparently. The boars have ears, probably. Thing is, I knew this wasn't far away from where we were, and I still didn't bother to look up a picture of a boar. So, this is from whenever the last time I saw a picture of a boar. Who even knows? Stop being all like whatever. Drawthroughs are for fun, not accuracy. Look, I'm, you know me. I like to get my animals correct. Insert laugh track. Breaking your luck to snort at that. You're welcome. Don't they have like sort of whippy tails? Turn this pig into jelly and bacon. I suppose that's like, is this going to be our glue equivalent? There we are, there's a boar. This is more accurate than the pterodactyl was, anyway. What's going on? What did Crow do a thing? Did Crow do a thing? What? No, Crow's just shouting Crow. What? For a moment, this ball was wearing little socks. I mean, I could put little socks on it, it's fine. Oh, well, oh, I see. Glue, miss, chibi, no, crow. Got it. It's like donkey. Vote play Hakuna Matata on your recorder to lull the boar into being your friend. You're bored with it. Crow just wanted to be included. That's fair enough. All animals should wear socks. Sure. All socks should be made of animals. But different animals. Animals should only wear fallen leaves. Thank you very much for the sticker. You're doing well. I like this guy. Or this boar. I suppose boars are male, I suppose. Maybe? I don't know. Not going to get into the... gendering of mythical animals. I know wild boars aren't mythical, but we are in a fantasy world, and this could be a magical boar. Who knows? No, I prefer that. There's only so many drawings you can put the chubby cheeks on. I had to hoof it if we can't defeat it. Sorry, you'll behoove yourself. Boars don't exist within you. They don't exist in Britain anymore. They used to. They don't now. Cool. Boar. Done. What do we have? We have 3 for throw fire capsule into face. I'm presuming the boar's face. And dive away from now flaming boar. 1 for stab it and make bacon. 1 for throw a fire capsule into his face. 1 for arm wrestle the boar, now that we know Pal is at it. Our good Pal is at it. I'm bad at reading. And the Hakuna Matata one. So, give it titties. If I did, you wouldn't be able to see them, so it's fine. Just imagine they're there. Boars are myths like Jesus or affordable housing. Who knows? So the Hakuna Matata. I've already read it. Try. I already read yours. That's why I said the Hakuna Matata one, because I had read it already. Okay, so roll 2d6. Lots of rolling. Plenty of rolling. It's pretty much the only mechanic in this game. There's a captive herd of wild boar that are rotated around some of the estates near you. You assume they help turn the ground and build up the forest areas. Who knows? If they're captive, are they wild? You demand disproportionate amounts of attention. Try, you get disproportionate amounts of attention. And detention as well, yeah. I know what you mean, myths. They're probably called, like, they're sort of no name is wild boar, regardless of whether they're wild or not. Chibi, what? Did anyone say chibi? I don't remember saying chibi. What? What are we waiting for? Roll 2d6. Again, as I said when I issued the command, it's the only mechanic in this game. So I suppose I've instituted the voting mechanism, but other than that. Okay, so you throw a fire capsule at the boar, and it plinks directly in the middle of the head, and sets the mane, for want of a better word, of said boar on fire. This does very little for the boar's disposition. And the boar, being very confused by the fact that their head is now very hot, decides to lunge directly at you. You must now fight a flaming boar. You don't have time to get the other two off, so I'll say you have... Where are the fire things? Where are the fire capsules? There we are. You had 3, you've now got 2. This boar is flaming. This has been angry now. Oh no, you made him angry. It's on fire! Or you can try and do something else. Obviously, you don't have to fight it if you don't want to. Shouldn't it be more concerned with the fact it's on fire? It's desperate. It's trying to attack the person that's attacking it. It doesn't know about fire. It doesn't know how to put out fire. It just knows it's under attack. So yeah, do you want to fight it, or do you want to... Boars are vulnerable to fire, Dark Souls taught us that. Yes, but boars in Dark Souls are also covered in metal. So you just kind of cook them inside their own little oven. Doesn't know about fire, it's an animal, they know one thing, fire equals danger. But they can't see it, it's on their face. You, the good brain cell, shaking its head at idiot brain cells. If it's on its face, you should be able to see it. Have you seen its eyes? It's got small eyes, and they're right on the side of the head. You know, it's like trying to balance a coin in the middle of Sir Ribbit's head. The eyes are on the side, you wouldn't be able to see. Look, you just made it angry, and it's attacking you now. Vote take out camera to photograph the hot boar for sexy doom calendar. I really am an Aries because that is the arbitrary name that was attributed to the period of time in which I was born. You are correct. Kill, cook, and butcher for food. I mean, sure. It's already cooking. Vote hug the boar. That's dangerous at this point. Did do a very good job with that fire, but there we are. When you have only line art and you're dealing with fur and fire, there's a limited amount you can do, at least with the way I draw fire, to make these things distinct. Oops. You get the idea. Inventories. Fuck Boris. What? Who? What? What? What are you doing to my bot? Like, it's working, and it's apparently supposed to be outputting these things. It says out It is sending something to Mixer, but for some reason it's not actually sending a message. Am I banned from my own chat? There it is. Well, there's something anyway. Or maybe I can't find it because it just saved. Is there an error in this? No, it shouldn't be an error. No, because it's getting the stuff. Turn it off and on again. Okay, so you can't vote anymore for this particular one. Can't ban me, you've never tried that. Yeah. Okay, try infantry now. See if that works. Why is it not letting me send messages? I can chat, right? I can chat, but for some reason my bot can't anymore. That's strange. Because it's even like, look, it's even saying that this is what it's outputting. This is what is supposed to be the message that is being sent, but for some reason is no longer being sent. You have to break everything, don't you? Try and give you nice things. I try and make nice things. You can ban Chris. Guess that's just a Twitch thing. Oh, don't ban me, please. I would prefer it if you do not. Exclamation mark vote break. I think it was the code that Plamps put in earlier. It's just ruined it. It's fine. All the bees. One or the other. Ever since the bees. It's all been going wrong since the bees. You know we don't understand what you just showed. It's literally chat. You're looking at chat right now. And the purple things are you. And the green things are mods. I am a mod. I am green. And this is an output from my bot that should be a message that appears on screen, or sorry, in chat, and for some reason doesn't. It's just not coming out. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to fix that now. See, yeah, it just popped up again. There it is. Popped up again. Yeah. It's creating the text, and it's trying to send it, but it's not successfully sending it. Plamps broke it, yeah. I'm gonna open up Visual Studio, see if we can actually, bug test this. This is not how I expected this to go. Because if this is like a legitimate bug, that might be sort of interesting to... Okay, one more time. Try it now. Vote infantry. Don't do that. No, it's not. It's not. Mixer's just not accepting the output. That's interesting. How strange. It's Mixer's fault. Mixer doesn't like me anymore. The bot's fine. The bot's absolutely fine. Should have guessed. Should have guessed. It was a problem with Mixer. Oh dear. Well, hopefully the voting system's still working. Anyway, back to this. Apologies, YouTube viewers, if there are any. Right, what are we doing? We are fine with Kill the Dang Pig. Slay this piggy. Take out camera to photograph the hot ball for 60 Doom. Calendar to 2020. Are you happy, Troy? I said it twice. One for Kill Cook and Butcher Food for food. One for Hug the Boar, and one for what Dark said but more passive aggressive. Okay, so you fight the boar, which is now on fire. With holy water instead of hug. Do we have holy water? No, we don't. All I ask is to be the favourite child. You're all my favourite children. Equally, and above all the others. So you're all happy. Unless, of course, you don't want to be, in which case you're not. Right, so you fight the wild boar. What have we got? We have 6 skill, 5 stamina. This shouldn't take particularly long. That's a good result. That's pretty good. Half of 666. Okay, so in this corner, we have the happy goblin friend. And in this corner we have the little ball friend. And they have, in terms of skill, you have 10 skill, the ball has 6. The ball has 5... Ooh, what am I doing? So this is... Yeah, skill. And then stamina. You have, what is it, 10... well, functionally you have 11 because of the helmet. The ball has 6, 5 health, you have 14 stamina. And the way this works, as usual, you're already rolling dice. I'll read back and sort it out. You roll 2d6 for you, 2d6 for the ball. Add them to your skill. Whoever's value is highest at the end deals 2 damage to the opponent, unless you want to roll for luck and all that sort of stuff, which you never do, so it's fine. Okay, so we got 4, which makes 15, then 5, which makes 11, so that's damage to the ball. You deftly jump aside at the ball's charge. It's pretty visible at this particular point in time. And so you manage to avoid it and sort of slash it while it's running past you, causing 3 damage. Then you have, what, a 9? So that's 20. There's no way the ball can do anything better than that. So, well, you've already rolled, so that's 13. You deal more damage. The ball, injured from the previous attack and now setting a significant amount of grass on fire, is rather distracted by this, and as a consequence, you get some more hits in, get the legs limping around a bit. Roll some more, friends. Did we not say at the very start that we should just burn the forest down? You tried, but you tried to do it on a really massive tree, and it's very difficult to set massive living trees on fire. Once they get on fire, it's very difficult to put them out, but you tried to do it with a torch. It didn't work, because there was an ape in a suit at the top of it throwing things at your head. What was that? That was a 9, so 20 again. And not that I suppose. Why? Oh, I suppose that makes sense because the output. Oh, there it is. What's wrong with the dice? Hang on, stop talking. I'm trying to read back my bot. So there was the 5, 4. Okay, there was an output there, if you can see. There was a 2, 4. Or 2, 5, 5, 4. Yeah, so that's what those rolls actually were. There was a 7 there and a 6. Anyway, Mixer's not liking me today. What a surprise. If you roll 61, you get 1s. Anyway, you rolled 20 on the first one, so it doesn't matter. Regardless of what the ball could possibly do, it's limping at this point. It's still ferocious and angry and very confused. And Pal just decides to put it out of its misery. You broke the system. See, I put in warnings and things just to make sure. Can't do decimals. I suppose it tries to pass. I can't even remember how I programmed it now. Probably tries to pass the strings either side of the D as numbers, I imagine, or as integers, and it couldn't. So it doesn't. My bot doesn't understand love. Right. Does infantry work now? Because it is outputting things. Maybe it's too long a message? Ooh, maybe that's it. That might be it, actually. It might be too long a message. Because I added that, didn't I? Our inventory might be too long. Try now. I think it's too long. Okay, and try now. This is very silly. Yep, there we go. It's just too long. Let me. Okay, I can trim some things down for the purposes of stuff. Okay. Voting isn't working. That's because I haven't started a vote since rebooting the bot. That's different. Don't worry about it. There you go. I'm trying to fix things, and you're all just shouting at me. It's a true democracy. Cool. So you kill the boar. The boar is dead. You put out as much of the fire as you can, so that it doesn't hurt you. Put Squirrel inside a pillowcase and throws him into a nest of pillows and blankets. No. Yeah, don't worry about it. I knew that one. I think I said in amongst the chaos that the voting wouldn't work until I started a new vote. So yeah, you've killed the boar. The boar's no more. You missed it? No, don't worry. Like I say, it was amongst the chaos. It's fine. Yeah, what do you want to do now? There we go, that should come up. I just didn't give the vote a title, so there's nothing there at the moment. But that's, you can vote. I'll read what the book has to say at this particular point in time. As you draw your sword from the carcass of the wild boar, you wonder what made it attack you. Probably the fact that you threw fire at its face. In the distance you can hear the sound of barking dogs. Perhaps it was being hunted, and being trapped made its last stand against you. Oh, it's a good thing I did read forward, because through the nose of the boar you can see a large gold ring, which you can cut loose and place in your backpack. It's worth 10 gold, so I now have to make your inventory even longer. Thought about that. There we are. There's another image that isn't there. Let's put that up with the other items of jewelry. Like that. Oh, no, there's too many commas. There we go. Right. So yeah, you've got an additional. I suppose I should add that to your gold count. There we are. That should update automatically, hopefully, in 5 seconds. There we are. Right, we have 2 votes for Make Bacon Ham and a nice new water bladder from, well, its bladder and take the gold ring. 2 for Make Bacon Ham and nice new water bladder from, well, its bladder. And 1 for a Butcher Piggy for meat. And take that gold ring from its nose to wear as a bracelet. I should add the ring, probably. There's the ring. It's in there. To wear as a bracelet? It could be a bracelet. It's a pretty big boar. And you're a pretty small goblin. Yeah. Okay, so you butcher the boar. You cut up its meat. You'd make a little fire out of the fire that's there. You've burnt a patch in the long grass at this point, so you can safely make a fire without it spreading. Because I doubt the forest will be happy with you if you spread the fire. And yeah, you cook up a bit of meat. You don't have time to cook all of it before the carrion birds and the blood flies and the carrion maggots and whatever are up on it. So you get a couple of provisions out of it. Get to cook it up a little bit. You're welcome to have a provision right now if you so desire. Sleep in the pile of maggots. Yeah, we already took the nose ring. That's fine. So we'd always have 3 votes for make a nice new water bladder from, well, its bladder. Eat the maggots for 4 stamina. You can eat a provision. Not a maggot. Actually, why does that not come up? Have I broken the inventory again? Is that a thing? Ring 10 gold. That should be fine. Why is it not working? I know it's not working because there should be an error. Where's the error? Show me the error of my ways. There it is. Good, I win. Smear maggots on bread and have a nice snack. Okay, use as many ball pieces as we can. Excuse you while you throw up. And then spiders come in. No, it's fine. Okay, Pal does their best to butcher the parts of the animal. And alas, does not have the requisite tools to be able to make anything useful from what they find. So they just end up with an awful lot of blood. Just sloshed around everywhere, and some bits of organ which Pal isn't sure they could eat. Or cook or anything like that. So you've made a mess, basically. Congratulations. You made a right mess. Whatever was hunting the boar, they're going to have a good meal, or whatever's left. Or they're not going to find an awful lot. They're certainly going to find you, if you're still covered in the blood of the boar. And you opened the bladder as well, so you're probably going to be covered in some other stuff with the boar, which it was probably tracking down. Have fun with that. Boar piss, indeed. Can you draw Pal covered in blood and maggots, please? I think this just wants to move on so that they know they can draw something else. If you drag the seed out for the next 30 minutes, yeah. I want to see you draw a flaming boar. That'd be quite fun. But Kiro has left the chat too. Look, that's basically the end of it. You've butchered a boar. You've got a couple of provisions out of it and a nose ring. There's nothing else left to get. Oh, oak. Anyway, let's go. Now. What do you want to do? Ah. So let's go back to the map. We are down here. This was where we found the boar. Hang on. Looks like a wolf, don't worry about it. It's fine. I like how the very first thing I started with the drawing of the boar was the nose, and I got it wrong. Dead boar. Put fire and X's on those eyes, okay. Well, I mean, at this point, it's sort of smouldering patch. So yeah, we just found this boar south of the crossroads in the long grass, and we can either continue south into the forest again, or go back up and head east and see if there's anything along there, or I'd like to work out what the character limit is for mixer messages, because then I could split it up into two. That'd probably make sense. Yeah. $2,000? Well, I suppose I can go back through this and look at the messages that didn't send. I'm still intrigued as to why some of the rolls didn't go through, though. That should have been fine. That certainly wasn't. Ah, I don't know. It's fine. There you go, there's 40-20. I don't know why you wanted that, but... Vote, you take the high road and Pal will take the low road and they'll head south long before you. Sure. 420? I thought it was 420, I just didn't want to assume. I mean, in actual fact, what you got was 10, 14, 19, and 6. Which is what? 24, 39, 49? What? I'm waiting for you. I'm here. What? Lady Kriska, I'm here. Vote south, vote south. Okay, people seem to want to go south at the very least. Yeah. Let's go south then. Okay, you continue south and you head into the forest itself. Back into the early parts of the forest where you have fond memories of evil women and squirrels. Bleep. Pensive troll. Thank you very much. Oh, your mixer for me just went black. Oh, okay, that explains things. I thought you would, I don't know. Me not understanding things. You know this, it's fine. But I'm here. Hello. Should be fine. I was moving things around, so I got worried that I accidentally cancelled the stream or something. Okay, you continue south into the forest. Got to find the pages. You head into. There was no void for us. I'm not going into the void. It's fine. Yeah. The path continues south into a light scattering of trees, getting denser and denser as you carry on through. The daylight that passes through the leaves gets sparser and less lighty. I'm making this up. Can you tell? I'm a good improviser. Less lighty. But on the side of the path, to the left-hand side, you see an old oak chair covered in moss. There's an old oak chair covered in moss. It's possibly the worst drawing of a chair you've seen today. I was going for a specific look of chair and it utterly failed. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I suppose I have to pay for doing a boar relatively well, I suppose. There's an old oak chair covered in moss. What? Who's going what? An old oak chair covered in moss. You now have Chinese, apparently. Marvellous. I assume you're referring to food. Inspect chair and put something weighty from our bag on it. The Forest of Doom has an IKEA. Seems like a tarp. Possibly. Oops. Yeah, no, the perspective on this is just terrible. Starting to realise I almost always draw Pal from the other side because I always have to draw the bent ear and not the other one. Of the helmet, I should point out. Covered in moss and mushrooms and such. You see, you're just picturing a vague shape of a chair made out of the stump of an oak tree. Probably. I mean, that probably makes more sense. But I put an ape man in a suit, so it's fine. You know me. This is not the most egregious example of modernising something that's supposed to be fantasy that I have encountered over the course of this adventure. Right, what are we doing? Well, Chris, you love anime exposition for days. 72 flashbacks to the same scene. With no changes. Last time on Anime Show. Show's entire episode. Next time on Anime Show. Shows again the same episode. Kira said not all anime, but Triforce made a good argument. Alright, what do we got? We have 2 votes for put something we can spare to lose on chair. 1 for poop on chair, 1 for sit down on chair, and 1 for lick chair. Because we're sensible like this. Hang on, let me just read things. Okay. Put something we can spare to lose on chair seems to win. So what do you want to put on chair? Or just do this in chat. We don't have to vote for it. What can you stand to lose? Read chat, lots of debate on poop and lack of bathroom time for pal. Look. Does a pal poop in the woods? Is a bear a Catholic? Why not throw the fire capsules on it? It works so well in the last scene. Because the moss is probably sort of quite moist and wet, and it probably won't go up very well. The boar, on the other hand, was hot and steaming, and as a consequence probably also was wet. But fire capsules, they're magic, it's fine. A GM works in mysterious ways. Those spindly things. We're going to be eaten by the small mimic. That's not... I mean, I imagine, like, that's the mouth. Yeah. That's not going to be a pleasant time. Mimikyu! Or like, maybe luggage. It's not really a mimic, but... Tell a joke, if it laughs, we'll know. I do like that. That old mimic joke. There's only one. But I like it. So yeah, what are we putting on it? I think, yeah, Miss said the shards of pottery. That would be something that would be... You wouldn't miss. Pottery shards, gonna put the pottery shards on it? Okay, sure. You can do that. Pal takes out the small pouch that the pottery shards are being kept in, and just sort of tips it onto the top of the chair. They fall onto the chair, onto the moss with a slight... And then they sit there, and Pal watches them for a while. And nothing happens. You have now put some pieces of pottery shards onto a chair. What do you want to do now? There are now some bits of smashed pot on a chair. As is obvious from this very detailed drawing. Look at that. There's no mistaking that they are shards of pottery. Sit on shards as penance. Triforce is voting for the lesser-known Village People song P-O-O-P. Can we, like, call out such the area for clues, tracks? There's nothing immediately in the vicinity. You're just in a sort of wooded area. There are no... I mean, there are footsteps around the path, and some leading to the chair, and some leading away from the chair. Follow footsteps. They go to and from the path, and then the path goes north or south. Point your stick and poke chair with it. See if it moves. Basically, inspect chair and area without touching chair. Shut up, Chris. Okay. Okay, we have more votes for me speaking than me not speaking, so that's how democracy works. I mean, either. That can work. I'm the troll. It's fine. Yeah, so, people wanting to inspect the chair without... Yeah, find stick, poke chair, see if it moves. Basically, inspect the chair with the end area without touching chair. Yeah, that. So... Yeah, Pal picks up stick, prods chair. It's covered in moss. It's definitely made of wood. Doesn't wobble. Doesn't laugh. Just it's a chair. The area around the chair is unremarkable. There are no suspicious bones. There are footsteps leading to and from the chair from the path, but nothing suspicious. You know, there aren't footsteps leading to it and none leading away. You found nothing that would immediately jump out and go, this is danger. Or, this is riches. Or a bigger frog. A bigger frog, what got turned into a tiny frog? The most evil of magic. Mini. Mini and frog. Combination. I suppose I should start a new vote, shouldn't I? I'm sorry if anyone's watching this on YouTube. It must be... I was gonna say riveting. But you've been talking about the frog so much, I was actually gonna say riveting. That's not... No. Riveting. And now... Don't mind me. I'm fine. I'm just tired. I started this with low energy. I found some energy in the middle of it, and it's going again. What is that helmet? Look, it's a mess. That's what it is. I suppose while we're just sort of standing here, it's fine. I can fix it, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Shush. I'm pretty sure I use the same bell sample as they use on this. In the beginning of one of my songs. A family can be a gobbo and the smooching frog. Yeah, sure. And the recorder. Don't forget the recorder. Word roll. It's going to be another 4 drawing stream, it seems. Though I'm more pleased with these drawings. So 1 for smooch ribbit, 1 for take chance back, go sit on chair, 1 for leave the sodding chair and move on, and 1 for take chance back and place hand on chair. So you take the charms back, put them back in your inventory, back in the little pouch you crafted for them. By crafted I mean just got a bit of cloth and wrapped them up. Stick in your mag. You got those back. Haven't quite made a consensus as to whether to sit on the chair or put your hand on the chair or leave. In these instances, I just like to roll a dice. Let's sit on it because it's a chair, like you do with every chair you see. It takes me ages to get through the park. Okay, we now have 2 votes for sitting on the chair. It was a charitable attempt at a joke. Look. Shh. I have a low benchmark for these things. Sure, Pal hops up onto the chair, it being clearly designed for something that is larger than it or them. You're now sat on a chair. What do you want to do? This is a complicated endeavour. Do you want to eat provisions? Do you want to read a book? Do you want to fall asleep? Do you want to get up and leave? I love how we're spending so long on this chair. It's literally 2 pages in the book. Then again, a lot can happen in 2 pages in this. Okay, we have 1 for get up and leave, 1 for give Ribbit a good night's smooch and go to sleep, 1 for sleep, and 1 for kill me. Oh, more votes are coming in, hang on. Get up and leave, smooch and sleep, sleep, kill me, smooch the frog, caress the chair, kiss the frog. So there's definitely a smog fruch. There's definitely a smog fruch going on. Another vote for leave. Another vote for a cute dog under a chair. Look at that dog. Aw. It's a sweet little thing. It's a true RPG now, spending way too much time on unimportant stuff. Look. I have to draw a frog now, because you picked up a frog. I'm in it for the long haul. Okay. Final tally. Get up and leave. Leave. FFS. That's Franz Ferdinand and Sparks. 1 for give Ribbit a smooch and go to sleep. Smooch the frog or caress the chair, kiss the frog. Okay, so you sit up on the chair. You take Sir Ribbit out. Give him a little smooch on the side of the cheek. Sir Ribbit seems as amused by this as anything. And then you get off and walk away. And so ends the adventure of the oak chair covered in moss. And next week we'll find out where we go from there. Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming along. was an exciting 20 minutes. What? You found an old oak chair in the middle of the forest, you sat on it, you gave a frog a smooch, and then you left. Draw like, you know, like those scenes in shows where there's like, it's a static shot of a thing, and then there's like a character kind of zipping around it, looking at it from different angles, and sort of inspecting it and prodding it and poking it. You could like do that, like a head-on shot of a chair, and then Pal in just lots of different positions, poking it and looking at it and looking under it and dangling down on it and pouring the shards on it. That could be a good thing to draw. It's up to you, obviously, but if it's like you describe the surroundings, that's just a tad too much, and the players are like, research everything. That description means something important. Yeah. I added the bits about the footsteps based on what I know about that area. There was little to observe. Draw ball viscera. Alas, voting in this channel bears no resemblance to what Miss chooses to draw themselves. Speaking of which, why am I on this one when I can be on this one? Hooray! Good art, good art, particularly given that this was made as a replacement for something else. Wonderful. Yeah. While Sir Ribbit sits there and judges them, yeah. Yeah, Sir Ribbit's just sat on a rock at the side. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming along. Yeah, this is somehow higher energy than the previous one of these, and yet we got as much done. That's wonderful, just like Mr. Self. Both true. Factual things being said. So yeah. Thank you for coming along. We have XCOM on Saturday. We have a wildcard on Sunday. Between then, we have Chibi Nether's Days tomorrow, I believe. We have on Friday, we've got a bunch of stuff on Friday, if I recall. I'll have to look up the list for things because I'm like that, and that's the way it is. Huh. Be there, or don't, it's fine. Both work. Let get the thing. Come on, computers. I want to see what's going on. Right, we have Chibi Nether's Days on Thursdays. We have a Triforce streaming between now and Emily's stream. That's happening apparently. At 1:30 a.m. my time. Alas, I will never see one of them. And then obviously the Emily streams from 5 a.m. my time. They're coming. Yeah, nearing the end, at least for the Pokemon. I don't know if they'll continue doing daily stream or not, but they're a thing. So that's happening. We then have Oobs, apparently. Oobs is streaming at 6:30 on the Friday. BST. So I suppose 7:30 their time. You just realised how big you made the Fishman. Paddle's about 4 feet tall. Yeah, I mean, you also made the werewolf very big. You make things exciting, you know? I don't think I gave any reference to size. I don't even think I drew Pal next to the Fishman. Chris, want to do Dungeon World with the gang for Sunday's wildcard. What's Dungeon World? I don't know what that is. Is it related to the fact that I have a notification in Discord? If so, we can chat about it there. Yeah, and then we have more Triforce streaming on Saturday morning. Is that right? No, there's 2 Triforce streams between now and my next stream. That's cool. As well as the Chibi one and the Oobs one and a bunch of Emily ones. Cool streams. Good streams. Yeah. And Improv RPG is good. Oh, we'll see. Show the frog. Oh, yeah. Show the frog. Boom! Frog. Yeah. I have no idea what else to say. So, thank you everyone for coming along. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourselves. Look up Mrs. Art. It wasn't posted on Twitter before I started streaming, so I couldn't retweet it. But it's there now, so I'll retweet it now. While I'm still streaming, I will retweet the tweet. saying, come and join the stream. If anyone happens to join at the end, my apologies. Thank you for coming along. You're all very lovely. The music has just ended. I will open up iTunes and have a nice piece of music to end. No sorries. Only funny coincidences and things like that. No, I don't want to download a new iTunes. Go away. Yeah. So yeah, have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourselves. Be good. Be kind. Be great. I'm sure all of those things are pretty much default at this point. Thank you very much for the stickers. Yeah. Have a good time. Goodbye.